Less than 24 hours after his return to Russia, opposition leader Alexei Navalny was given a highly unusual judicial hearing inside this Moscow police station Monday and put in pre-trial detention for 30 days. Prosecutors want an existing 3.5-year suspended sentence for embezzlement converted into a full jail term. Navalny says the charges are politically motivated and called on his supporters to take to the streets.
Не молчите, сопротивляйтесь, выходите на улицы.
Don't be silent, resist, take to the streets. Nobody will protect us but ourselves. And we are so many that if we want to achieve something, we will achieve it.
Navalny was arrested Sunday after returning from Germany, where he had been receiving treatment following his poisoning in Siberia last year by a nerve agent. The Kremlin denies involvement in that attack. Berlin demanded Navalny's release.
Die russischen Behörden haben
The Russian authorities have arrested the victim of an attempted assassination with a chemical weapon, not the perpetrator. The German government strongly calls on the Russian government to first of all release Mr. Navalny immediately, and secondly to fully investigate the circumstances of the chemical weapons attack on Russian soil.
Russland verfügt dafür über alles Notwendige.
Other European leaders echoed that demand, while the United Nations Human Rights Office said it was deeply troubled by Navalny's arrest. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and President-elect Joe Biden's incoming national security advisor have also called for his release. The 44-year-old leader of the Russia of the Future Party presents a challenge to President Vladimir Putin, says analyst Ben Noble.
With the State Duma elections coming up in 2021. Not only is Navalny a visible demonstration of opposition to the Kremlin, his anti-corruption foundation and its production of very slick YouTube videos with evidence of corruption of state officials and other members of the economic elite in Russia are an embarrassment for the Kremlin. It's certainly a danger for the Kremlin that Navalny turns into a martyr or his status as a martyr is consolidated.
Western nations have so far stopped short of punitive action. The EU last month joined allies in adopting a so-called Magnitsky Act, which allows for sanctions on individuals accused of human rights abuses. Financier Bill Browder, who was instrumental in pushing the legislation, says it's time the laws were put into action.
If you include all the countries of the EU, the US, Canada, the UK, etc., there are 31 countries. And so that will have a very significant effect on Russia, on the people who are sanctioned. And as I understand it, Navalny and his team, before they got on the plane, have constructed some type of list of who they think should be on this sanctions list.
Putin sees that outcome as the lesser risk, argues Noble.
The logic, I imagine, in the Kremlin will be that they can deal with that short-term turbulence, but getting him, this is an expectation, getting him in prison would be a way of depriving him of that media exposure.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov Monday dismissed criticism of Navalny's arrest.
Western politicians view this as an opportunity to draw attention away from the deepest crisis the liberal development model has found itself in.
Analysts say Russia's actions will exacerbate tensions with the West, as both sides prepare for a new US administration to take power this week under President-elect Joe Biden. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.